glitch which you can't win a prize. You're not playing, you're a GM. Although I'd like to get shirts or something for GMs. Like being able to give something out would be cool. I don't know, maybe if the stonk market does a big ups, then maybe. Personalized Iron GM clothes? Yeah, we're just gonna get you a chef shirt. Everybody, welcome on back to Kuso6rande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We're still very early on. This is our second day of matches, and I've been having a lot of fun. Ooh, my voice is feeling a little sore. I am not used to talking this much. At least these days I'm not. You know, we've had a lot of new GMs coming and giving out games this weekend, and we're not going to stop because our next GM, please welcome on in Tempestrol. I want to come chat with you. Oh, little raccoon face. Hello there.
Hey.
Wait, let me turn you up. Why did I make you so quiet? Okay, there we go.
Hey.
Oh. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm loud and insufferable.
Hey, let me turn it back down.
Like the next game.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, it's not as loud as insufferable as it could be, though.
Oh, I know this next game. I think I've played a little bit myself, and I've definitely seen at least a little gameplay for it. It's something special. Yeah, what game do we have?
So today's game is actually a repeat. I was going to give an original game out, but for reasons I couldn't. So today we're actually doing the game that I submitted for my GM submission video, which is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and this is certainly a video game. Now, we have had this on Kuso6rande before, and honestly, they struggled. They struggled a lot, and one of the players was Andy, and he struggled a lot. This is not a good game. And honestly, it's kind of a brutal pick, which I'm all for. Absolutely a fan of making the players suffer, but that's just because it's Kuso6rande.
Yeah.
That's half of what we're here for.
Well, and you know what's funny is I was doing some additional testing over the past week just to be sure that I knew what the game looked like in the later levels, and I started to feel like, oh, man, is this really bad enough to give out? And I had to catch myself because I realized, oh no, I'm falling. This is what happens to GMs, isn't it?
Yeah, you're gonna start speedrunning this game. Watch out! It's
no, let's not go there.
I said the bad words. I'm sorry.
Although, you know how much I like licensed games.
Yeah, you help with license-a-thon. Yeah, for sure.
It would not be unfitting for me to speedrun this of all games.
Yeah, and honestly, there are worse mistakes that can be made out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, if you ended up doing that, I would forgive you. Don't worry.
I don't think I would. I don't think I'd forgive me.
For the best. For the best. Well, I'm currently working on getting everything set up. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself to people who don't know you. You've been around quite a bit, but it's always good to have a quick recap, you know?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tempestrol. I've started watching in Kuso6rande, which is sort of... I remember I wanted to get into this because I saw a game that Jeff gave out. I think it was actually Peggy the Peach, and I said, this looks horrible. I need to participate in this tournament. Having now received several Jeff games, I'm not sure it was a wise choice, but here I am.
Yeah, Jeff has some very special games. Pig of the Peach. I love the Pig of the Peach franchise, though.
They're so good.
I can't wait until, you know, they get McDonald's figures.
They're a hot new thing.
Yeah, you know it.
Look, 90s style is coming back, right? So, you know, get ready for them Junko jeans, chain on your wallet, and also Peggy the Beach to come back. You know, everyone's favorite franchise from that era. I know it was mine.
What does she say? Let's go! Something like that. I
forgot that she did that, but yeah, she did, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
Oh.
God,
God,
I love you, Peggy. Okay, you are perfect just the way you are. Better than Peggy Hill. Better than pretty much any other Peggy out there. You know?
I can't say that I know too many.
That's about all I know, those two. Peggy Hill and the Peach.
I'm gonna betray my age and say, who's Peggy Hill?
King of the Hill?
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I take it back. I've seen King of the Hill.
Come on, yeah, come on. You've seen the YouTube poops.
Honestly, my favorite bit from King of the Hill is the noise Bobby makes. This Bobby's surprise party. Oh, they must be in my bedroom.
Oh, Bobby!
The horrible noise that he makes.
Bobby is just amazing, and yeah, I don't know. Like, Hank, stop complaining about Bobby. He's a fine son, okay? He's got no problems. He's perfect. A little chubby, but you know that's perfect too. Chubby's perfect. Yeah.
That kid ain't right.
No, he's right. He's correct. Shut up, Hank. Stupid Hank. Ragging on my favorite. Good old boy Bobby.
I also love how supposedly in Japan there's this whole thing. I mean, this happens with The Simpsons as well, but there's this whole thing in Japan, this whole argument over whether it's like quote unquote better to watch in the dubbed English, or sorry, the original English with Japanese subtitles, or the dubbed Japanese. And what's really funny is if you watch an episode of King of the Hill with the dubbed over Japanese, it almost feels like an anime made about like quote unquote American suburban life by someone who has never been to America before.
Really?
Well, because all of the irony, like all of the sort of irony and like in the know humor suddenly because it's not in English, all of a sudden it feels like this. If you imagine that it could have been written by somebody who hadn't been to America, then you might think it was unironic.
Okay.
All of a sudden it takes on this whole new light. I just think it's really funny. But it's sort of amusing also how they have this argument about you know Western cartoons in the same way that we have that argument about anime, subs versus dubs and all that.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Justin distracted me, and there are some Among Us references in Bravely Default 2, FYI.
Oh my god.
Apparently that was important enough to trump King of the Hill anime discussion. Yeah, I would, like, if I spoke Japanese, I would probably want to watch both the sub and the dub, because that could be beautiful.
If I spoke Japanese, I'd probably watch something good. I mean, King of the Hill's good, but like I'd watch something original that was good. You know?
you watch your words there.
Sorry, I'll be careful with what I say here. I'd watch something original that was good.
Yeah, that's
I'd watch
fair
King
enough.
of the Hill in English. I speak English.
Yeah, it's true. And then
At least
again,
I try.
Then again, I really am interested in changes that people make to different video games. Not video games, to different shows.
Changes in like
localization,
all the wordplay in French, in like French Pokemon names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Looks like our players are getting ready to go.
We need chat to spam emotes, because I kept forgetting about that. What emotes would be appropriate for this game?
Oh man. Oh, what's the zombie one? I mean, anything undead, any zombies, anything in the process of dying, any lightning, screws.
Okay, lightning, screws,
even
the
though
undead.
canonically he doesn't have bolts in his neck, like let's just say that he does.
Okay,
And rocks.
We are. Yes. Well, I'll go ahead and fix the mistake that I made. Thank you, Mary Shelley's.
So right away, we are seeing that no, in fact, you cannot hit the crouching opponents, crouching enemies with your standing attack, and that they outrange you. We are immediately seeing this. And also some funny jumping problems. Oh, I'm so glad these people get to experience the jumps in this game.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very difficult to actually land on the platform that you want to land on.
This game has the weird curse of being simultaneously very sticky and also very slippery and floaty. And I'm not really sure how to describe it.
You have to try. I feel like when you are on the ground, you're unusually sticky.
Yeah,
and when
if you
you're
do a
in
standing
the air,
jump,
you're just sailing everywhere. Yeah.
Like Frankenstein's monster here has like Sonic's air physics. Oh, Internet Dirigible has figured out the inventory. The inventory, as far as I can tell, is completely useless. I don't know what it does.
The inventory is useless. Yeah. No, I think there are some things that you can pull out. Like, I mean, a couple of the players have torches. I don't know. I, honestly don't know enough about this game to know what's helpful and what's not. It's just not a good game. Honestly, if we see somebody beat the second level, that might be a huge accomplishment. It's very difficult.
Did anyone beat the second? I didn't. Did anybody beat the second level in your last match of this?
I don't recall. It's been so long. Like, I know that Andy was one of the players, and I feel like we saw more progress than expected. But at the same time, I don't know.
So something I'm noticing is that I think everyone now, or almost everyone, has experienced the door that doesn't do anything for you. There's a hallway you can go into. Is my layout is now...
Some girl was in the match as well. It was Some Girl versus Andy. Some Girl is saying they both made it to the stage 2 boss, the spider.
Yeah, the spider. By which, well, we'll see if we get there, but like I'm expecting if anybody gets to that boss, they're gonna have almost no health and die right away. That's what happened to me every time I got there.
Yeah, in general, it's hard to say exactly how the players are going to do. And in general, I'd say, you know, if there's a Kuso6rande champion, they're usually going to make a lot more progress in some of these games than the typical player. I still think we could still see the spider, though, at least on 1 or 2 of the player screens.
I definitely think that we can. But, oh man, none of them have made it. I'm really glad that none of them have made it to the next section, actually, because that really goes to show that I was getting used to the game, and it is actually as bad as I thought it was.
It's bad. So, it's like, there's no denying it. This game is bad. The music feels like a train wreck happening in real life. The gameplay feels super janky. Now, Internet Dirigible, I think, is going the correct direction up that elevator.
Yeah, so Internet Dirigible has found the correct direction. The lever that he just pulled, the rope coming out of a wall that he just pulled, actually activates a sliding platform above him that he can't see. The elevator that he needs to get here, he has correctly deduced that is the... Yep. So this is where you need to go. He's going to want to pull that other one. Yep. Good play, but he missed the elevator. Yeah. This is about how this game goes. It's very typical gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad. And so the thing is, that elevator, you can only call the elevator down once it's back at the top again. So if it needs to reset, you need to wait. You can't go right down right away and reset it again. And also, like, you'll notice it's quite hard to actually get up to the platform to get to the elevator in time because of how weird the jump is. And you need to pull both those levers and then jump on the elevator to progress. It's awful.
Yeah, like platformers, the most important thing that you can do is make sure that the controls are responsive and that, you know, they feel it. they feel a little bit intuitive, you know. Obviously, there are some platformers that have slightly varying physics. Mario has different physics than Super Meat Boy, but they both are pretty much perfect for their own genre. This game has no perfection. No perfection at all.
Yeah, those games you just listed have very intentional movement design. Untitled has made some progress and is on the roof. There's actually a health up on that roof in the form of being zapped by lightning.
Oh yeah, you're Frankenstein. That's good.
I think it's a reference to the movie because this was based on the movie that was made in the 90s.
I'd also say it's based off of Frankenstein being zapped by electricity in order to be brought back to life. Like,
oh, that is how that happened, isn't it? I read the book at one point. Look, I read the book like 10 years ago? 8 years ago? I was in high school. So it's been a while.
Yes, the monster. We need to get the brains. I don't know how, like, any of the dialogue. Yeah, but...
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. He was Swiss, right? Frankenstein? So...
German? I don't know.
Alma-Theta, yes. It was N years ago. Let's just say it was that many years ago. Whatever number makes it correct.
Oh, this was based off of the Kenneth Branagh movie. I love Branagh.
No. Okay, so like, yeah, Branagh's like really good. Like, was this movie any good?
His Hamlet was so good. I haven't seen this movie.
I'd have to say probably my favorite movie from him. The limited number that I've seen was probably Much Ado About Nothing. Because it's you know,
his
by
Hamlet,
Shakespeare standards,
like his Hamlet is definitely the best Hamlet out there. It's 4 hours long.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's very long. You have to have patience. But yeah, it's worth it if you like Hamlet at all. And if you don't like Hamlet, it might make you reconsider.
Huh. I'll have to check it out then. I do like Hamlet.
Okay. Yeah, highly recommended.
Completely unabridged. That's a full-length play.
Let's see. Then again, I've seen like 5 or 6 different versions of Hamlet. I can tell you my favorites and not favorites, but this isn't about Hamlet. This is about Frankenstein, the poor man's Hamlet, you know.
It is supposedly about these things. Have all of the... Okay, so Sentinel has not yet managed to get to the... Oh, and actually, Sentinel has died. So, one thing to note, that area where Sentinel was with the elevator, that elevator is only accessible from one side, and the hallway that it goes to is... It takes you back and forth. You can get an item in there for your inventory. I don't know what the items do. Like you can combine them in a point-and-click adventure sort of way, but I don't know what they do.
I love that there's, like, I'm working on gathering a little bit of information about this, but it might be a little hard. Simply put, not a lot of people cared enough about this game to really...
To make a guide?
Or upload the manual. Or
Yep. No,
you know.
I believe you me, I looked... In the webpage that I sent you, if there would be a button for a manual link if I could have found one.
So while this was published by Sony ImageSoft, it was developed by a company named Bits Studio that made other wonderful games like Alien 3, Spider-Man 3, Invasion of the Spider Slayers, Last Action Hero, Return of the Sinister Six, Spider-Man 2, lots of Spider-Man games, and Snake. Oh, how about Loops with the Z? That's a classic. No Escape. That is, I think, a game that we've had here as well. Like, yeah, they've made a lot of games that didn't live on to be legends here. The Itchy and Scratchy game, you know, just all the good stuff.
And I believe Kate pointed out as well that in Discord that this was the same team that made Warlock.
Was it? I'm taking a look here. I don't... Maybe I'm just missing it. Warlock.
It might have been Sony ImageSoft that published Warlock. One sec, I have a copy in my. Let me reach over to my retro game bin.
Are you serious? You have Warlocks? Well, this company
I have
also.
Warlock First Mass, yeah.
Okay, this company published the Lawnmower Man. Another version of the Lawnmower Man, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Hook.
Move over my copy of Skydiving Extreme that I bought after watching that match.
Oh, that game's so good.
I played that with my little brother. It was rad. Warlock, with a crappy paper price tag over it. I hate these things. Well, better late than never to take this thing off. Let's see. they take off paint.
Oh
They
no,
cost,
this company
like,
published
half a penny.
Smart Ball 2. Not
no.
the sequel, just Smart Ball. And Hudson
like,
Hawk.
as well. Okay, yeah.
Altered Space, Dragon's Lair the Legend for Game Boy. Oh my gosh. They have
okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it
feel like
was
that's a game that
published
a
in
lot of people-
1992 for the NES.
Well, it's sure, but Little Samson was also published late in the NES lifespan, and that game was great. But I haven't
Hudson
played
Hawk is not.
It's not Little Samson. That's probably a bad comparison.
They made a crisscross game for the Sega CD, okay? Let's just say that as soon as you're making video games about Christopher Cross, yeah.
Oh, that's a name.
Yeah.
I see.
Just
I
saying,
was born in
just
the
saying.
90s, so... Wow, these paper stickers suck. Never mind, I'm not taking this out anymore. I'm putting my retro games bin back.
Chat, you are making me laugh so much. Crisscross gonna make you jump. Apparently.
Oh, okay, yeah. Marky Mark game? Incredible.
Okay, so it looks like the Final Sentinel has an iron key in the inventory. I presume that is important.
I don't know what it does.
Probably opens
Like
things.
I
What keys are
literally
for.
never use the items. You can pick up these items by pressing down in front of chests, like the one that Snowdozer is right near, or it just jumped away from.
How far did you get into the game?
I could not beat the second level because of aforementioned spider boss. Like,
Okay,
I know
so-
that doesn't seem like very far, but I don't expect these people to beat it either.
Oh, yeah, same.
It was really bad.
I'd be shocked.
Wolverine Adamantium Rage. Oh, that you've had that game before.
Oh my gosh, Smite chose that game and it was incredibly bad. But I loved it.
Well?
Like this is a game that's incredibly bad, but I don't think anybody is going to enjoy it by the end of this match.
I need to list Wolverine Adamantium Rage as having been played before on my list.
Uh-oh.
Occasionally I watch SNES Drunk videos, and he likes to review bad games, so sometimes I get ideas.
That sounds about right, yeah. Honestly, I think it's worth going and playing some of the bad games, even if you don't enjoy them per se, because it gives you an experience of, you know, what could have gone wrong with all of the games that you do enjoy.
It's perspective, right?
Yeah. And this game, you know, I don't expect most people to play more than 5 or 10 minutes of it because it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why we have Kuso6rande. So we force people to get past the 5 or 10 minute mark and actually get a true flavor of what this game has to offer.
Build Decoder is trying to use the item system. So, okay, so you'll see down there what he just did was he put these items in order. There's these little arrows. If an item can have, like, some items are like at the end of a chain basically, and they can't have another item added to them, like the key. But what he just put in order there was the pulley and then a length of rope, and presumably if he had the correct item, whatever that is, to go in that sequence at the end, whatever other items are required, he'd be able to make a new item out of it. Again, I don't know what the use is.
I believe Snowdozer is on the boss of the first stage, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. So this is just a gauntlet. You just have to defeat as many enemies as possible. And with this health, I'm not convinced he's going to
No, the dog ate him.
survive. Nope.
Do dogs eat
Unfortunate.
is Frankenstein a zombie? Like, I'm trying to figure out what I would classify him as. He's got dead flesh, but he's got a better brain than most zombies.
I seem to recall that Frankenstein specifically went after like well-preserved and recent cadavers. I don't seem to recall him going like, he didn't like dig up graves or anything, did he? I could be wrong. It's, again, been 8 years.
They did a little grave digging, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is Frankenstein's monster. Whatever. I can call him Frankenstein as well. Everybody's Frankenstein. You're Frankenstein, I'm Frankenstein. Flesh Golem. That's actually probably a little bit more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Frankenstein real? No, he's not real. That's a stupid question, Google. Dead
I will say,
or
for anyone
alive?
who hasn't read this book, I highly recommend it. Like, it's like I said, it's been a while, but it really is exceptional. It's a little dated feeling, but I remember really liking the story within a story within a story structure that it had.
Okay.
Where it's like a letter, the whole story is a letter which encapsulates a note from the monster, which encapsulates itself it's a letter from an explorer.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It has itself like a story from the monster who we met in the Arctic, like in the Bering Strait or whatever. And then the monster himself is telling a story within that story that he heard from Dr. Frankenstein. There's this whole cool like nested story within it. And there's like the birth of a lot of like sci-fi concepts in the book. It's really neat.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Honestly, putting those layers in it actually adds the ability to have very different character styles, very different kinds of writing in there. When you have a narrator who's a specific type of person, you get to see from their point of view, and oftentimes they'll have values that you don't have, or give, you know, certain insights, give certain foci, I suppose,
foci,
than what an objective narrator would do. So yeah, it's a layer that can be useful in a lot of stories.
Yeah. One thing Drumbordus has just put in chat, some doors you can't enter, you can break with the stick and get items like health from them. That's true. You can also break them to prevent enemies from spawning.
Yeah, because a slightly open window is hard to shoot through, I guess. Gotta have the closed windows.
You can't drop... What are they dropping anyways? You can't drop flower pots or whatever they're dropping on you from the broken window. Oh
my gosh. I'm taking a look at Yahoo Answers because that's important. About Frankenstein, and about half of them are just asking for people to give them literary themes. It's like, come on, Frankenstein isn't that complicated.
Yeah, I'm writing a high school essay on Frankenstein, and I need, like, come on, read the book. It's actually, like, really good.
How about this question? Like, why have Frankenstein and his monster endured as strong cultural icons? Look, I'm not going to write an essay for you, you nerd.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A couple people have pointed out that the rolling animation is awful. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You are, I believe, invincible while you roll, but I thought it would be good for speed, but it's actually not. It goes exactly the same speed as you running, as far as I can tell. So if you want to side swap, that's great, but like, why are you? You're really trying to side swap in this game. It's not that precise. Okay. And it's a fixed length too, so you can't like do a short roll. Bilby Coder is trying to figure out how to get this cart pushed. Doesn't jumped over the cart. Walk into the cart, Bilby Coder. Get to the cart. Can't go that way.
Okay,
walk into the cart. Oh no!
Oh no!
Walk into the cart. Oh, he keeps jumping over it. This is. Come on. You can do it.
You just walk into the cart?
Yeah, there's no push button. The controls for this game are
Bilby, walk into the cart. Stop.
Walk into the cart.
Don't
Stop
jump on
jumping
carts.
over. So if you can sort of like jump in such a way that your legs like will clip through it, you have to be fully on the ground as you approach the cart. So you can like jump and then end up behind it on the ground plane, and you won't push. So
No.
the collision like requires you to be standing there. The controls for this game are B to jump, Y to attack, X for soul energy. They haven't pressed the button, I think. I haven't seen it at least. I suspect because soul energy doesn't sound like a very useful power, and they would be correct. It drains your health for a projectile attack.
True.
And it drains it quite quickly. And then select opens the menu. A, L, and R do nothing. Bilby figured out how to push the cart.
So
or not.
I have a question here for you, okay? From
Yeah.
Yahoo Answers.
Okay.
Atheists.
Embracing.
Yeah, are you?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's directed towards
That's
atheists.
a strong start.
What would happen when Frankenstein meets Almighty One? I think that's the wrong question to ask atheists,
That's the
okay?
wrong
You should
question to
ask,
atheists.
like, literally, that's the one group you should not be asking.
That's
for
like
this.
these are the least qualified people to answer your question. They're just gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna laugh at you
Okay.
for asking that
Okay,
question.
Tempestrol, let me go ahead and redirect it to non-atheist Tempestrol. What would happen when Frankenstein meets the Almighty One? Although it says Almighty One, not Almighty.
Oh, mighty one.
Almighty One. Yeah, what would happen? Frankenstein
Oh, do
dies.
they give their own answer? Do they give their own answer in this question?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna like tell me what they thought and surprise me or something. If I know.
Oh no,
That's a-
the atheists are replying here. Two fictional characters meeting? Nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no.
Like I said.
Oh no. Other
I
people.
could have told you that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that was completely predictable.
Yahoo Answers is really just an absolute. Of all the places you could go for information, why Yahoo Answers? Why?
It's very.
Wow.
This is where you get the best pieces of information. Okay,
It
so
is.
it doesn't look like anybody has a good answer. Frankenstein was made of the bodies of several corpses. It raises serious theological question. But then again, nobody's actually brought Frankenstein, like brought somebody back from the dead from various body parts, as far as I'm aware. So I don't think that's a question anybody has to worry about right now.
No, I'm not entirely convinced that it would be. Well, it wouldn't be possible to do it the way that he did. But this Frankenstein was also written at a point in time where our understanding of you know, the inner workings of the human body were a tad less refined.
Teeny tiny bit, yeah.
Just a little.
I've got pizza.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just got a falafel.
Oh, I love falafel. Seriously. I love that we exist in a world where pizza and falafel both exist. But I don't want a falafel pizza.
Falafel
Okay.
pizza sounds good.
Let me see if there's a more helpful question.
Something I want to point out about these jumps, there are two heights of jump in this game. You have a normal jump, which is done by pressing B, and you have a short hop, which Bilby Coder is actually doing a lot here. Bilby Coder must have very quick fingers because I'm pretty sure the window for getting a short hop is like 4 frames. It does require quite a quick tap, and maybe my fingers are slow, but the short hop goes noticeably lower than the full jump, and it does make this particular jump that he's struggling with hard if you aren't doing the full height hops.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, there we go. Bilby is on the moving platform.
Oh, you must be ahead of me. Oh, okay, only a little bit.
Teeny tiny bit. Yeah. What the
Wait, what on
crap?
earth?
Do atheists, why are all of these about atheists? Do atheists believe that the mad scientist brought Frankenstein to life in a lab? Okay, first,
What? He's not real. And also, he did. Read the book.
he's not real, it's a book. And second, Frankenstein was the person Frankenstein was the mad scientist who brought a monster to life, and no, it's fiction. Come on, Yahoo Answers, get your crap together. Seriously. Okay, well,
There we are.
let me
I'm not surprised
look.
people are struggling with this one particular jump. It's pretty bad.
Mythology and folklore. Okay. Can a Frankenstein monster grow up?
What? A Frankenstein monster?
Yeah.
A Frankenstein monster?
Let me give you more detail. Okay. I like the Monster High characters, especially Frankenstein, because she is a Frankenstein monster. I wanted to make an OC that's a Frankenstein monster too, but I'm kind of confused. So can a Frankenstein monster grow up?
This is like clowns. It's like clowns, right? The clowns are a real thing. It's an actual respectable art form, or it used to be, and now people
Can
just
clowns
go,
grow up?
Clowns aren't a real thing.
Oh my god. Clowns are real. Have you seen Cirque du Soleil? Those are the only acceptable clowns in this world.
Yeah, I like Big Top Burger. Those were good clowns.
Hmm.
You seen that?
No.
Oh, definitely check it out. There's an animator on YouTube, Worthy Kids, who made this short series called Big Top Burger about clowns selling burgers. It's very good. It's quite charming.
I like that. I definitely prefer jesters to clowns, though. Like, simply put, as soon as I learned, like, I knew that clowns were murderous, but now I've, like, listened to a lot about John Wayne Gacy, and yeah, he was not a good clown. He was a bad clown, murdered a lot of people. Bad clown. So, yeah, as long as we don't get that. Then again, you know, we're
Hey,
watching
Boston.
a game that's kind of about something a little scary, I suppose. I don't know if Frankenstein is really a horror story, perhaps. Maybe the horrors of humanity. Okay, anyways, important question about whether Frankenstein monster can grow up. Top answer here. The Frankenstein monster is made of dead people parts which don't age.
That's a good answer.
They should just rot, so my guess is no, but since we're talking about a zombie creature, yeah, talking about a zombie creature who doesn't seem to rot or age throughout his films, then anything's possible. Whatever makes the monster animated seems to stop him from rotting, so maybe it can make monsters like that age too. It's fantasy, so anything goes.
That's a good answer, except first off, it's sci-fi, and second, is this person treating every Frankenstein adaptation as though they were a sequel to the same series?
I think so, yeah. If the monster from Monster High is like the Frankenstein monster, then my final guess is that he'd stay the same. He wouldn't rot or grow older. It's not the monster's flesh that keeps him alive. It's something in his brain or his spirit. So the flesh is still dead and won't age. The monster is immortal. He's like an ageless statue that's only changed by outside influence, but the show can make sense if they went either way with the monster. Okay, so we learned about Monster High.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Internet Dirigible just made it past level 1.
Oh, very nice. We have a very clear lead at this point. Internet Dirigible.
Very nice.
Making it to level 2. We might see the Spider of Doom.
And I believe Snowdozer might be next, but I'm not completely sure. But certainly, okay, so this is where we deviate a little. This is the Crypt. This is a dark level. It's a dark sewer level. Hope you like dark sewer levels.
Oh, I
don't.
hate this level.
So
you should never, ever have a game with this kind of brightness where you can't adjust it. It's so dumb.
Well, so they will be able to adjust it because there will be a flame, but the flame does go out. You can stick it on the end of your stick, and it helps a little. What they need to do in this level is basically, this is a sliding block puzzle, the level. So that right there is a door that Dirigible's in front of, and he needs to get that block moved over. It pushes in the exact same ways the cart does. So if you look, there's a little indentation in the floor that the block is sitting on, and he's able to move it.
Nice.
He has to get it into the other indentation. Is he going to notice where that is?
Well, there are 2 indentations.
He got one of them. Yeah, so there's 2. Only one of them is a switch. I think the reason why they did this is
But which one's the switch?
the one that he just pressed. That's the correct one. On the
What
right-hand
does
side.
it do?
It opens the door.
Oh.
The change is really hard to spot because it's so dark. Have fun. So one thing with these, because they don't have like a block sliding mechanic where you can like choose to grab onto a certain block, they just push when you walk into them. I think what they did to get around the fact that you could potentially have like 2 blocks slide over each other and get merged. Here's the light source. What happened is they said, okay, well, to get around that fact, rather than actually program in like an item pickup handler into our game, instead we'll just have 2 indentations on the floor, and so each of these blocks is constrained by these indentations. You'll notice that they can only be pushed out of an indentation from one side.
By the way, Bilby Coder is onto the mini gauntlet at the end of the first stage. Hopefully, oh no, never mind. Hopefully we are able to see some significant progress here. Bilby Coder trying to put together some items here. How does crafting work in Frankenstein's world? Well, need body parts. FYI.
Fortunately, it looks like most of the people who have gotten to the boss so far have figured out you don't actually have to kill the horses. You can just jump over them. They'll leave and despawn on their own.
Okay, let me see.
One unfortunate thing with this boss also is that, unfortunately, Bilby Coder is really good at these short jumps. Because if you try and like jump at those guys on the top platform with the rifles, if you do a full height jump, your head's gonna hit them. You can do a full height jump either from the ground or you can do a short jump from those platforms, and you won't get hit. But if you do a full height jump from the platform, then you will get hit, and that can take off a lot of health. Still trying to use the items when he really should just be going for fighting. But to be fair, I didn't know if there was a boss or if I just had to wait out the gauntlet when I first got this far also. I think he might be trying to get up to that platform using the pulley on the road. That might be his thought process here. I'm so glad they're interacting with the item system because it's completely useless. It's such a waste of time.
Yeah, knowledge of physics, though, that's...
Yeah, knowledge of physics is an item.
I love it. Yeah, I hold the knowledge. I hold the knowledge of how to do physics. Like, I mean, that could potentially work with the pulley, but... Like, yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no use for any of this, at least so far. Maybe you have to use it later. Maybe that's how you kill a spider, with the use of physics.
No, actually, because the items go away once you beat the level. There are unique items for every level. They don't carry over.
Then why do you get them?
Oh,
what?
Working block and tackle. Oh, interesting.
That do.
Okay, so Bilby Coder has created an item. I don't know how he actually finishes the process, because you can't navigate the cursor down into that lower menu. I don't know if you have to hit select again or start again or something, but he died. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's game over. Yeah. So this game lets you continue. It has a password system, and it'll autofill the password with the password field with your last level. But
per chat, apparently, if you combine the right items and use them in the right place, you get a secret exit.
Press A twice. So, okay, when I gave them the controls, I said A did nothing, so that might partly be my fault. But in my defense, there are no guides or manuals online for this game, and I couldn't figure out if A did anything.
I'm going to go ahead and just ping them so that they don't waste their time and can actually figure it out.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds, if I could have found a manual, I would have given them a manual. Although in some games we don't give it to them because it would, like, the manual's too helpful, so we just give controls. Like, some manuals give you like a full-on like explanation of what to do in the levels, you know. So it's on a per game basis. And a lot of manuals from this era are just not available, especially for crappy games like this one. Now, there is a Genesis version of this game, um, which I actually considered giving out, but it controls slightly better in my opinion. Although the music and audio and HUD are much, much worse. You can tell that this was a game developed for Super Nintendo.
Okay, I have sent them information. I'm also telling them that it is not required for the match. I feel like, you know, Bilby Coder has spent enough time. I'm telling them it's not required for the match, but it can be helpful. And I
think that's reasonable.
That way, you know, it's not wasted time on Bilby Coder's side trying to combine items. But that's still so stupid that literally the only place you use it. Oh no, Internet Dirigible now saying in Discord that he feels way behind.
No, I feel way behind first place.
No, you're in first place.
That's how it is, right? That's how it is.
Everybody always thinks that they're behind.
Oh, it's perfect. Oh, that's wonderful. You know what's funny too is I think everyone's been that guy at least once, right? Everyone's been that person before, and now I'm seeing it from the GM's perspective, and now I'm one who gets to laugh on stream about it. Well, I feel kind of bad for not for telling them that A did nothing. I'll be careful about how I give instructions in the future. But
well, I mean, you know, I sort of understand that as well. That it's just. Like, if you've played for hours and couldn't figure out what A does, then it sort of makes sense that you'd say A does nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, I think everybody is starting to figure out at least level 1. Internet Dirigible is enjoying the dark in level 2. Absolutely having a party here.
So there's a lot of like what Internet Dirigible is just doing right here with that elevator is like a really good example of most of this level. I mean, people have been watching it. They've seen, I'm sure. But
it's so
the biggest
dark.
problem with this level besides the darkness is just that it's like impossible to tell where to go next. Partly because it's dark and partly because this level is even more bland and samey than Ingolstadt.
That's great.
Oh, we just found the secret room. I don't know how to get into the secret room, but there is a skeleton key that you can use, supposedly. I just don't know where it is.
Maybe you have to combine items to get a skeleton key.
It's possible. I'm inclined to think it's probably in one of these crypts, and you just have to jump from a high place to knock off the lid, but I didn't really bother testing, because after beating the first level, I sort of suspected you never needed to use items, and so far I've been right on that. We'll see if I'm right about this later, if they get far enough.
I do like chat's suggestion here. Combine a skeleton with the key.
Yeah, that works.
Skeleton key.
Strategy.
Aha, Final Sentinel is playing around with these various things. I don't think Final Sentinel has the correct items to combine things. Again, can help,
they need,
not required.
Knowledge of physics. Yeah, they need knowledge of physics to get that block and tackle working. Which can be found in the hallway that brings you backwards, I think.
I mean, I sort of understand that. If you don't know how physics work, it's like, what are these things? How do we do this?
So, he has a human brain, so I have to imagine that there would be some knowledge retained.
Do you think he has memories of the guy whose brain it was?
I hope not.
Oh, scary.
That sounds awful. I'm a cognitive scientist, and by training, and I have to say I know enough about science to say I don't know in this scenario. I'm not gonna make an assertion on that.
Yeah, honestly, maybe it depends on how long it decayed. With that said, like, if we get to an age where, like, people are transferring memories and stuff to a computer or something else, like, I'd be fun if people, like, cut my brain out and put it in a younger, sexier body. I'd still want to remember, like, everything that happened in my current body, but sure, go ahead, do it. Actually, I'm not sure I'd even care if I remembered. I'd just be like, let my brain live on. A piece of me goes to the future. I'd even be a head in a jar. I would be fine with that. Yeah.
Would you actually though? Or?
Oh yeah. I'd probably have a lot of anxiety about it, but whatever. That's future.
That's the opposite of okay.
That's future me to worry about. Okay. Present me says that would be pretty legendary, honestly. Like, can you imagine being the first talking head in a jar? People would write books about you.
Yeah, I can imagine such wonderful titles as I really wish the Final Sentinel would pull on that lever that activates that platform. That's the title of the book.
Good title.
No, I imagine the titles of such books would be, top 10 worst human mistakes of human history, like, and that would be like number 2 or something.
I don't know, because here's the deal. You know, I get anxiety. Oh, maybe I should go to the grocery store and do shopping. Guess what? If your head in a jar, you don't have to worry about that, because nobody expects you to do the shopping when you're a head in the jar. Oh no.
I suppose there's a certain rationality to
you know,
that.
friends are hanging out and
I can't go.
They want me there. No, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be like, wow, I really don't want to hang out with them. Just be like, I'm a head in a jar. You know, can't come, nobody came to get me, so I can't hang out. Bam, problem solved. Lots of problems solved by being a head in a jar.
I suppose that's a kind of solution. Sure.
It's okay. It's an excuse for almost literally everything, Can't do it. Head in a jar. If they come to get me, I'd probably just tell them, hey, life sucks as a head in a jar, so I don't want to chill with you. I'm going to be alone for a while. And yeah, there you have another excuse. Yes, Sentinel got zapped. Look at all that health at the top. That's beautiful.
This is how Pickle Rick happened. We don't talk about Pickle Rick.
That name is dead to me.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. If anybody's like, hey, can you help me move? Head in a jar. Drive me to the airport? Head in a jar.
You could also just say no.
Oh, no, spiders. I could also say I'm a head in a jar, and I don't care. Head in a jar.
No, wait.
Internet reachable. Oh, the spider just jumped.
Okay. Wow. So this is exactly what happened to me. Now, how far back do you think you go?
Beginning of the stage?
If
with the full game over to the beginning of the game.
Yep. Just hit start. Just hit start. Just hit start.
You're asking a lot. Did you tell them to just hit start?
No.
What if you go to end?
That's fine too.
Oh, okay. See, you were stressing me out there. I assume that the first of that level, the Crypt, still a big setback, but better than going to level 1.
Yeah, so you go right to the beginning. Workman's Pick, huh? I wonder if that's an item that I always had access to and forgot about.
Wonder what it does.
I don't know. So yeah, that's what happened to me. Is I got to the spider boss and I instantly died. And I made a pretty safe bet that nobody else was going to get past there, and I had other games to test. And I think so far that was a good call.
What happens if you don't get a game over there?
You go into the next level, presumably.
Wait. You only have one life in this game?
Yes. You have one life. You have one life. You have infinite continues in the form of a password system, and which autofills for you, which is convenient, I suppose. But yeah, you don't have any more lives.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, Frankenstein barely has a life anyway. I mean, Frankenstein's monster because people are picky about how you say
Frankenstein, the
it.
scientist, also spent all of his time in the lab. Didn't he sort of shirk all his personal obligations and relationships because he was working on this project? He drove people away.
It was basically a real life head in a jar.
Sure, but he was a head in a jar who also had arms and legs and it could do things.
Ooh, here's a question.
Sort of.
Could Dracula turn Frankenstein into a vampire by biting him?
Well, there are myths and legends out there in the world, which, oh, sorry, I have to stop myself to talk about what Internet Dirigible did right there.
What happened?
I also wondered if perhaps rolling against the blocks would be faster, and I really wish it was, but I just want to commend him on trying that, because that's a really inventive way to try and push those blocks.
It's pretty good. I love it. So vampire. Can Frankenstein become... I mean, Frankenstein's monster become a vampire?
I believe there are myths about vampires in certain parts of the world where their bites will turn you into zombies. Which I don't... And I don't think there's... Or ghouls. And I don't think any...
The original vampire was a lot closer to a zombie than our modern day vampires.
Yeah. But I don't know if they can really be turned back. Although I think also... Oh! Bilby has also been struck by lightning.
Yeah, look at all that health. I think Bilby has a chance to make it to level 2. Final Sentinel is there as well. Honestly...
Mr. Saturn Dude points out the Chinese hopping guys, yeah, Jiangxi, are kind of similar, I think. Kind of like both zombies and vampires. It's sort of close, I think. Sorry, I think I cut you off there.
No, it's all good. My questions are very unimportant. Where can I get a life-size bride of Frankenstein? That sounds pretty awesome. Cool. Well, okay, I'm done. Yahoo Answers has pretty much run dry with the wealth of knowledge.
I'm amazed you found some to begin with in there.
You can find anything in Yahoo Answers.
Knowledge, though.
Can't find that. That's the only thing we needed. Yeah, we failed.
I think it is, in fact, Yahoo Answers who failed us.
So, yeah, here's the deal. For those who are wondering, what happens if Final Sentinel makes it to the boss? Or Snowdozer, because Snowdozer is moving on as well. The answer essentially comes down to, we don't know how much health the boss has. And because of that, if all of them make it there and do not kill the boss, then it will come down to who made it there first, unless there is a clear mark of progress that we can for sure say that they made more progress than the other players. Yeah, when it comes to a tie, whoever got there first generally takes the victory. Oh my gosh. His music is so dramatic. Bilby Coder, I love Bilby Coder. He's been around in chat for a while and has honestly been a huge supporter of the stream, and you're torturing him.
Oh, press A to accept result. I don't know if I ever got the items required to build this. Well, he got the block and tackle.
Where would you even use it, though?
I don't know.
Block and tackle? Like, do you go fishing with block and tackle?
No, it's a pulley.
Oh. What is the tackle? I don't know.
I don't remember why it's called tackle. I know the block part is because it's strictly speaking, I think it's a block of pulleys.
Kapow is saying that apparently there's a huge square weight blocking one of the possible exits in this stage. So
that's what that is?
Oh. So my guess is that this is an alternative to fighting the boss, using your puzzle skills in order to figure out where to use, how to combine things and where to use the correct item.
I see. Oh, there's a note that came out of that door. That's also something I didn't discover.
Ah.
Well, you learn something new every day, right?
Not about...
There is a small backswing on the animation, and it actually is a hitbox.
Oh, really?
But it's very small. Yeah. Yeah, there is a reverse hitbox on his swing, but it's quite small. It's like the whip in, what's the game with the whip? Spelunky.
Oh, yeah. Whoop. There are a few games with whips, like all the Indiana Jones games, or at least most of them. Yeah, whips happen. Okay, here we go, Bilby Coder, on to the little gauntlet here, fighting these dudes. Grabs the meat, always good. Eating a little bit of meat before going to war. You know, you gotta have your protein when you're out there fighting. You know, whacking people in the knees. Doing some Tonya Harding strats. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take that one back. Go ahead, take that one back. That joke never happened, okay? No?
It's okay,
no?
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at something else.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Probably for the best. By the way, yes, this is currently the third match of the day. We have 4 matches going to today. After that, we will probably have more matches next weekend. Again, easiest way to find out when matches are happening are to look at the schedule, maybe even bookmark the schedule, or follow me on Twitter / join the Kuso6rande Discord, because we always give announcements for people. Now that schedule says Kuso6rande, the 5th one, but that is still correct. That's the one that we want.
Oh, you made a Tonya Harding joke.
Yeah.
I was actually considering a game which had a reference to Tonya Harding, but I had shelved it.
Ah, dang it.
But it will probably show up. It will probably show up in the gauntlet. We'll see. We'll see if I can figure out a date for it. One of the problems is that it was a little too random.
Oh, okay.
It required genre-specific knowledge of a fighting game, which, like, a lot of people here, I think, are not. I can't guarantee that the people here are going to be familiar enough with the kinds of mechanics I was looking for to have guessed, basically. And I didn't want to. Joe Wolf correctly pointed out to me that, you know, basing a win on a guess is probably not great.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, there are plenty of video games in this wild, wild world.
Tonya Harding was the figure skater, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Cool. Aha. Yes.
Moving on.
I'm not that young.
We don't have to sit around and talk about Tonya Harding all day. We can talk about Frankenstein Frankenstein's monster, and a nice little club that sometimes is on fire. And people just dropping pots out the window.
Ooh.
Like, seriously, where do they get all this pottery?
Probably make it. Internet Dirigible has gotten to the spider boss with significantly more health than I expected, so let's see how he does.
Oh, it takes away so much health. Holy crap.
It does.
Oh,
I don't know if it hits you multiple times, but it takes away a lot of health.
Doesn't look like it does. It looks like you're pretty... Oh, no. Jumping
There are
doesn't
somewhat
work.
generous iframes, but it doesn't matter. The Final Sentinel just picked up food to restore health. That's a thing in this game, apparently. Also something I didn't
I've
find.
seen food.
Cool.
Bilby Coder found some food near the gauntlet at the end of stage 1. I also didn't know about food in this game until today.
Yeah, what is food? No one's ever explained it.
Oh!
Total mystery. The door does kind of make that sound, doesn't it?
That was a door?
Yeah, it was like the creak of a door opening,
Like,
wasn't it?
is that Michael Jackson's door?
That was what I thought too.
I love it. I love it so much. Do 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 do. Yeah, so everybody knows the current order, which could potentially change depending on how Snowdozer does in the scary dark stage. Internet Dirigible is in first, Final Sentinel second, Snowdozer in third, Bilby Coder in fourth. Now, if Snowdozer manages to get to the spider boss, he could potentially pass the Final Sentinel, if I'm right. I don't believe Final Sentinel has made it to the spider.
I don't believe so, no.
So, yeah, the places, they feel fairly firm, but you still don't know how, or if one of the players will get to the spider. I just hate this stage for so many reasons. It's samey and it's dark.
And like, it really does just like confirm the stereotype that all of these like licensed games in the 90s had first level is canonical, and then second level sewer. I don't care what you're playing, you're going to a sewer, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Although this might have been canonical anyways, but point, it doesn't help its case.
Yeah, why, like, this is Frankenstein. Like, maybe he's hiding from people while hiding in the sewer. I don't know, that sort of makes sense. But other than that, there's really no reason for him to be going to a stinky, smelly sewer.
Oh, no, he was looking for parts because he wanted Frankenstein to make him a wife, right? He was looking for a cadaver.
Well, don't look in the sewer. You're gonna get a smelly bride. Okay. Oh, Crypt. Okay, that makes sense.
She's dead. She was gonna be dead anyways. There's only so much you can do to get rid of that smell, This is the, 1800s. You can only do so much to exhume a body.
They had soap.
A lot of salts. Oops. Honey.
Perfume. Just rub yourself with, like, all the perfume you can find.
Yeah. Did sewers even exist in 1880s Germany? Probably. I don't know. Maybe.
I love Internet Dirigible's rolling strats.
I really wanted to point it out, but like I've already said this, but I really like the rolling into a block to move it. Even though it's not faster, it might even be slower because you have to stop to re-roll.
Whatever, we've got less than a minute.
Yeah, it is slower because when you're pushing the block, it has to load in all of these frames for your all these new sprites for the rolling animation.
Not only that, but it
slows down.
Sort of pauses when you reach the end of the roll. It's hard to keep chaining the rolls back to back.
Yeah, and there's no input buffer in this game of any sort.
We're not really trying to speedrun this game though. We're just trying to wait the timer out until this match is done.
No, exactly.
And guess what, everybody? That was way early, but we're done. That is the match. It's time.
Oh, good lord.
What?
Sentinel, what the hell?
Sentinel, why would you do this? That looks kind of like a troll. Not super like a troll, but a little bit like one. And it is creepy and ugly, and I dislike it, okay? If it were on Facebook, I would not click the like button. Actually, I should just go delete Facebook real quick. Someone hacked me into the mainframe. Tempestrol, you had a very fun game. Internet dirigible took the victory today. Final Sentinel appears to have come in second, Snowdozer third, and Bilby Coder fourth.
I like rolling.
Yeah.
I like rolling. We noticed. I like how in the chat I said, I'm very sorry, all of you, this game was bad. Immediately, the response comes, this game wasn't bad.
They're wrong.
They are wrong.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
But then again, you know, compared to some of the games that we've had on Kuso6rande, like, it's sort of understandable. It's a platformer. Hello there, Internet Dirigible. Welcome, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. I didn't think I was going to win this one. It was a heck of a game.
Yeah, it possibly is a game that shouldn't have been made.
I mean, clearly the artists were dedicated. This game looks fantastic, and I don't think I've seen a better like torchlight effect in a 16-bit game. It looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I have to agree with you, actually.
That
it's
is
beautiful.
definitely impressive. Honestly, like, I'd say that it's a little too gray and boring looking.
That's true.
But, I mean, at the same time, they're trying to represent a movie in a specific area, and honestly, I think Germany looked just like this.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been. I can ask some friends.
Yeah,
I guess I have, actually. It looks exactly like this. Yeah, I like rolling around. That's a lot of fun. As soon as I figured out you could push the blocks while rolling, I was like, man, that is... It's such a weird, sad, blobby roll. It's really slow, and you can't stop it.
As soon as I saw you do that, I went, oh, great. I also had the thought, maybe it's faster, but it's not. It's actually a little slower. I was really happy to see you try that, because that was also something that I tested. I don't know. I like seeing people figure things out.
I don't know. Was there any way to use any of the items that I got? I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to combine them or equip them. Or
sort of.
The short sword seemed like it could.
I thought you couldn't. It turns out, yes,
go ahead.
You can.
I do know that people found ways to use food, I guess, if they picked up food. You can eat food. There are some items that you can combine in order to open secret exits, essentially, so you don't have to go fight the boss, which is probably the best way to deal with level 2. Gotta be honest.
Well, I got knowledge of heraldry, and then I thought it would just be for items or something, and then I couldn't even use items, so I was like, whatever. I would have liked to fight that thing with a sword instead of a stick, but the game didn't let me.
Yeah, there's a way to get into that walled-off room with that glowing orange potion, I believe.
Okay.
But I never figured it out. I never used the items when I tested this game.
I can't really blame you either.
Yeah.
Oh. Man.
And
I'm not sure how I would have fought the spider. I don't know if I was close or if it has a ton of health. I probably wasn't close.
I didn't beat it.
I've seen people do this. I've seen people make it to the spider boss. I have never seen stage 3. So, yeah, I'd say that you made pretty much as much progress as any of us could have expected.
Nice. Well, I even made the spider boss twice. I'm happy about that. I was barely... I kind of lucked out on level 1. Whatever town gates or whatever, that boss, I was very, very close to dying, so I'm happy that I
You were so close. I was like, oh no, he's gonna die. Oh, we made it. It was I cheered a little.
Well, cool. I'm glad that you were able to do this and, take the victory here. That sets you up pretty well. You definitely will be playing the third game of the group stage, and Yeah, I think that the fourth stage is, or the fourth game is looking very likely as well. Yeah, is there anything that you're streaming over at your channel these days? Anything going on over there?
I have, on occasion, been. I'm trying to play through all the GameCube exclusive games.
Ooh.
So I've been playing Eternal Darkness lately, a little bit spookier than this game.
I like that game,
but...
even though it gave me nightmares for like a month.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I so far played some real gems, and I also played Universal Theme Park Adventure, which was not too big of a gem, but I played it.
That's great. Well, that's a lot of fun. Everybody, if you want to go check out Internet Dirigible, you are welcome to do so. All of the names that we have up on the layout are the Twitch names that the various players use. So it's always good, I feel, to support each other, to give each other some love, and hopefully just keep growing the community. Thank you so much, Internet Dirigible and Tempestrel. Thank you so much for your first GMing experience. Never apologize for dulling out the pain.
No, yeah,
no.
This was fun, and I do want to also say Mystery Funhouse, very involved over there. Just started our Giant Troopa tournament, so check that out too.
What does that mean?
It means that we pull a random game from the Giant Bomb database and race it.
Oh yeah, I
literally
love it.
Any game.
I know that too. I should probably go read the instructions.
I should have joined, but I wasn't aware of it. Well, whatever. Next time I need like 50 people to yell at me or something like that.
It's still round one. I'll yell at you if there's a no-show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and take off. Thank you so much, both of you. Take care and have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah.
Everybody, we're moving on to the last match of the day. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. Widow Blue Bowie, you have given out so many gift subs. Thank you so much. Seriously, you rock. So take a breath, everybody. I've got to run and take my afternoon pills, and I'm going to try to work on this final piece of pizza I have as well. Be back in just a minute or two, and we will introduce the last game of the day.